Hello, my name is Melissa Power and welcome to my channel. I'm laughing because producer Chris just fell over behind the curtain just as we started there. Prayers and thoughts to Chris behind the curtain. Alright team, let's get going. Shoulders back, hands wide on the bike, chin up, eyes up. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. We are starting at 87 RPM. RPM, revolutions per minute. How many times your legs are going round on the bike every 60 seconds. You will also hear me call this cadence. Now that matches the beat of the music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just match your feet to the beat as we do every week. Now, once we have this sorted, we can add on resistance in order to create intensity. So, intensity will go between 1 and 10. Right now, we are at a 6. So what I want you to do is to add on your resistance until you feel that you're working at a 6 out of 10 effort. That will be a certain gear, a certain amount of resistance. You'll notice that I don't give you specific gears or levels because you're all on different bikes. If you're riding on a Kaiser, for example, that will be a gear anywhere between 9 and 14. If you're on a new techno gym, that might be something between 6 and 10. Every bike is different, and that's why we work with intensities. So adjust that resistance until you find that 6 out of 10 effort, and we're going to hold it here. I want you to push the bars away from you, drop the shoulders down, relax the elbows, take a deep breath in through your nose, right down to the diaphragm. And now, another little chat about power. So, if you look at your screen, if you have one, your watt output is your measure of power. The higher that watt number, the more power we are pushing through the pedals. What I'd like you to do now is give me a little bit of resistance on the bike. In 4, 3, 2, take it up. Now, if you can see your watts, you'll see them increase. If you can't see them, what you'll feel is that intensity going up to a 7. A little bit tougher beneath the legs. Deep breaths in through the nose again. We have another 40 seconds in this warm-up at this slightly higher intensity. Coming up today, as always, we have a mixture of rhythm and power. Your rhythm tracks are there for recovery, specifically active recovery. We're working at a lower intensity, but we are still keeping the heart rate ticking over, keeping the muscles moving, but at an intensity which allows us to prepare for power. Prepare for power. There's our next merch range. Take those 2 gears or however much you added on, back off, back to that 6 out of 10. Last final deep inhale, getting the air down to the diaphragm. We're going to kick off with a little bit of rhythm. We're staying in the saddle. It's a bit different today, Melissa. Yes, it is. It is a little bit different. We're going to start today with some jumps. What I want to do is get your heart rate up here because our first power track, we are going to ascend. Keeping exactly the same position on the bike. And pretty much the same resistance level. You'll see it says 6.5 out of 10, and that's because the movement will elevate the intensity. So, find what we call a leading leg in the saddle. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all we're going to do is stand up and sit down. The only 2 things we can do on a bike. It looks like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and sit. Let's go. Up, 5, 6, 7, and sit. And again. Up. You want to make sure that resistance is supporting you, but the legs are moving easy. 5, 6, 7, and sit. And again, push the bars away. Hands are light, like your bars are hot. 5, 6, 7, lift it up. And sit. 2 more. Lift. Chin up. Drop. 5, 6, 7, take it up. And take a seat. Hold it here, leave the gear. Excellent. Now we're going to do that one more time. You should be feeling more out of breath. Should be feeling warmer. Should be feeling this slightly higher intensity, but like I said, easy on the legs. Get ready. Find that leading leg. Hands light, always wide, never narrow. Remember that opens up the obliques, the side of the abs, gives you more stability, more support, and more control on the bike. We go. 4, 3, 2, 1, up. 5, 6, 7, drop it down. And again. Lift. 5, 6, 7, and drop. Here we go. Up. 5, 6, 7, and down. Keep that leading leg. Little bounce really helps you out. Drop. Deep breaths in. Up. And down. One more. Lift. And down. Beautiful work. Sip of water. Let's crack on. So, we're out the saddle. 70 is the cadence. Now today's class, front loaded with the higher RPMs. Your lower RPMs are going to come much later on today. So in terms of resistance levels, if you're not getting that high at the start of the class, that is on purpose. We're going to be finding intensity through cadence over resistance. That resistance intensity comes later on. 70, 6 out of 10. So you need to add on resistance to find where we want to be. Now we're going to get to 9 out of 10 over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. When we're climbing, there is no leading leg. Hands at the top of the bars. I want you to push your hips back slightly. We talked a couple of weeks ago about having a bit of ice coming off your bars, and you're trying not to impale yourself on a stalagmite. Oh, this is where I come unstuck. Stalagmite and stalactite are the two different ones. One goes up, one goes down. If anyone knows which one goes up and one goes down, please let me know. I haven't thought about that in a long time, but now I will not be able to think about anything else. All right, here we go, team. We're going to take it to 7 out of 10 in 10 seconds. So, little bit of resistance, not too much will take us there. 3, 2, take it up. At this 7, we're still in our aerobic zone. That means we can breathe through the nose, but we're starting to feel it a little bit more in the legs. Now, this is our first power track, so I will not be taking you to 9 out of 10 for more than 25 seconds. Nice controlled warm up. We don't want to go too hard, too early. In 10 seconds, we're taking it to our threshold zone, to our 8 out of 10 effort. Last deep breath in through the nose. Get ready. We go. In 4, 3, 2, and take it away. Let me see that 8 out of 10. Now you want to get a little bit more aggressive. Not too much, you don't want to waste the energy in the body. But we are actively having to push these pedals. You can't expect to stay on the beat without having to really, really think about it. We have 40 seconds left. If you're not at 70 RPM, drop resistance. RPM always comes first. All right, my friends. Take it away. We get that 9 out of 10, 25 seconds. This is hard now. Really, really tough to keep these pedals moving. Having to really use that body weight. Keep the hips back, don't come over the knees. 10 seconds, breathing through the mouth. Chin up, eyes up, looking forward, not down. If we can, we're gonna stay standing after this. In 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd like you to try and stay out the saddle. We're taking it into recovery, active recovery. Straight into press-ups. The idea with rhythm is that we get our breath whilst we're riding. Drop the resistance down until we're feeling 6.5 out of 10 effort at 75 RPM. So it will be a light gear here. Leading leg is back. We're going to do some press-ups. We don't have long here. I know a few weeks ago, loads of you were messaging me saying you felt like that press-up track did brilliant things to your arms. It was a long track. So 2 minutes today on the press. 4, 3, 2, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. And drop. And up. And drop. Nice and easy. Probably still getting your breath. And drop. And up. Drop. And up. Drop. And up. And again. Down. And up. Down. And stop. Excellent. When we work, when we're still recovering, I talk about this a lot, something I'm very passionate about, is when it feels really tough to recover, that's when you're making a huge amount of progress. When we want to sit down, take all the resistance off, pour ourselves a flat white, and chill out, feels nice. But if you can push through and keep moving, yes, at a lower intensity, but we still keep the movement going, that's what is making huge improvements to your aerobic fitness, your base level fitness. All right, one more short round. I have given you a very easy recovery. 3, 2 counts. 1, 2. 1, 2. Not too low. You want to really stare ahead. Lock in the eye contact. 1, 2. Thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. Hup. Never moving the hands. Wrap the fingers around the bars, don't splay them. Hup. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Take a seat. All right, my friends, here we go. We're back into power. Cheers. 87 the cadence. 2 45-second intervals. Right now, I'd like you at 6 out of 10. Your first interval, 8 out of 10 effort. Second interval, 10 out of 10. You know what's coming up. Now I'm going to tell you how to do it. Hands wide. Easy recovery intensity of 6. 8 out of 10 effort first interval. So technically you should be able to do this first interval for 2, 3, 4 minutes. You won't. Take that resistance up, please. But you should feel when you get to the end of this 45 seconds that you could have kept going. Now, really control these pedals by pulling up and pushing down. Sit right back on your saddle. If at this point you feel that your saddle is too low, that will affect your ability to push the power through the pedals. You can just pause me, hop off and hop back on. Breathing through the nose in the threshold zone. Threshold is a zone where your lactic acid is starting to build up in the legs, which is why you're probably starting to feel like the legs are hurting a little bit. That's good, you know you're in the right place. 3, 2, take it back down to 6 out of 10. So exactly where you started, no lower. That's what we're trying to avoid, going any lower than that 6 out of 10. The programming in this track is 6 out of 10. Later on, you've got much easier recoveries to come, but we are early on in the class and we want to find this aerobic recovery. Yes, very low aerobic recovery, but no lower than that. Okay, 10 out of 10. So this is essentially the highest amount of resistance you can hold for 45 seconds. If you underestimate yourself, you can add it on. Ready? Take it away. Here we go. Now, this is all out effort. We are a third of the way through the class. The body is warm. We're excited. We want this 10 out of 10 now. Add on resistance, 30 seconds to go if you've underestimated yourself. I see it a lot in my classes. People thinking, oh, I won't be able to do that gear. And then they add on more during the interval. That's good, that's fine. Catching that you've underestimated yourself and then adding it on, that's great. So do it. Are you at your max effort? Could you go any higher? If the answer is yes, you've got 10 seconds to add on that resistance. You've got recovery after this. Let's go in 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Beautiful work. Roll it out. Shake out the shoulders. I injured my shoulder yesterday. Oh, was it doing some really difficult exercise class, Melissa? No, it wasn't. I injured my shoulder getting out the shower and putting my towel on in a weird way. What is this what happens in your mid to late 30s? And now I can't lift my right arm. I feel like I need to tell people that it was because I was like chopping down a tree. I feel like that would be a more valid reason. Okay. Now this is a high cadence here. 79. It's going to feel a little bit like a jog. To get to these 6.5, you need a low resistance. The intensity will come through the movement. Leading leg, 1, 1, 1, 1. Short rhythm track again here, team. Have a little look. Opposite of a press up. We're coming up like that. And then you're going to go back to your ride position. Not any lower. I see a lot in class people going, so I don't want that. It's just elevate and drop. Try it with me. Up, chin up, eyes up, and rise. Take it up. Eyes forward, rise. Keep breathing through it. 4, 3, 2, 1, ride. Little movement. Up. Good. Up and ride. Hips back. Just over a minute to go, not long here. So don't get greedy with the gears. Acceleration's up next. And ride. If you've done those with me before, you'll know they're a tough way to train. Fantastic way to train. Up and ride. Keep it moving. Find that leading leg. If you've lost the beat, stop the upper body and get the feet back. Right. Up, drop. I'm going to give you a little bit of recovery at the end of this track so that you are ready to go at the beginning of the next track. So take a seat. You've got 20 seconds. Get a sip of water. Now this next song, I love this way of training. Psychologically, it's much harder because you are not changing your resistance. And 90% of the time with power, we increase or decrease resistance to change intensity. This one, we do not. We keep the resistance the same. 3 minutes of the clock is all we have. I want you to get to 85 RPM. Ignore the beat for now. So copy my legs or look at your screen. And at this RPM, I want you to add on your resistance until you feel a hard 7 out of 10. We are only changing our cadence by 15. So if your resistance isn't high enough, when you change your RPM, nothing will happen. You won't feel any change in intensity. That's why. Let's give it a go. We're going to go to 100. 4, 3, 2, 100. Go. Now, if your legs are flying above 100, please add on resistance. This should feel very tough, that you're really having to make a huge effort to get to this cadence. 4 more. These are short accelerations. 4, 3, 2, slow the legs, leave the resistance. I use this analogy a lot. We're riding uphill, we're overtaking people in front of us. The gradient doesn't change. We just speed up and slow down. 2 minutes on the clock is a short track. 4, 3, 2, take it away. Up. No leading leg. And you can see in my body, very, very still. Not wasting any energy by doing anything like that. You want to keep that core tight, push the bars away. Focus is below the hip. In 4, 3, 2, slow it down. 1 minute 30. If you are not feeling a hard 8, nudging 9, add on resistance. By the end of this song, we should be at that 9 out of 10 effort. We ready? 4, 3, 2, take it away. Up. Push the bars. Eyes forward. Excellent. Pull the legs up. We've got 8. Breathe through it, through the mouth. Shut your eyes if that helps. 4, 3, slow the legs, leave the gear. Now this is the point where you want, really desperate to take that resistance. Give me that 85. Our aim is not to drop below 85. We don't want the people who've overtaken to catch us up. You've got 45 seconds. This is where it is getting so tough. This is one of the hardest points in the class today. We've got 1 left to go. Take it away. This is a 30-second, 100 RPM acceleration. Really important, we do not go over 100 RPM. You never need to. On an indoor bike, you do not need to go any higher. We find speed, we find power through resistance, not high cadences. We just want to train, we want to train for longevity. We want to keep our muscles and our joints strong, and that's how we do it. Resistance. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now you can take that resistance down. Stand up for a second. Stand up for a second. Give your bum cheeks a little rest. Okay. Deep breath in. We're going to take it back in the saddle. We're going to take it back into some jumps. So take your time, no rush here. That was a really, really tough track. And the thing is, when you're doing these classes weekly and you're thinking, this isn't feeling easier, that is the point, because yes, overall, you're going to feel fitter and stronger, but as you get fitter, your intensity changes. So in order to get to that 7 out of 10, you'll be adding on more resistance. So that is always going to feel tough. All right, you might have even noticed that when you started riding, you're 7 out of 10 in rhythm, or you went 7 out of 10 in power, and seated power with 1 gear, and now it's another. Good, excellent. 83, the cadence, nice, easy jump track here, because we have got some full send after this. We've got some 10 out of 10, short, intense intervals. 6.5 out of 10 on the effort. We've got a minute of jumps, that's all we're doing. Really nice time to catch our breath, prepare the legs. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. 4, 3, 2, lift and drop. Lift and drop. Join in when you're ready. Lift and drop. Lift. Leading leg. It's a nice, easy cadence, very easy cadence for jumps. And drop. Lift and drop. Excellent. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you stand up, breathe out through your mouth. When you sit down, breathe in through your nose. Up and down. Up and drop. Lovely. Keep it moving, but at a low intensity. If you feel yourself going over 6.5, drop a gear. We've got 20 seconds. Up, then we're back out the saddle. Lift and down. Push the bars away. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Hold it in the saddle. Sip of water. Let's prepare. So we're now going into 2 bursts of intense power, and I promised you that I would give you easier recoveries as we got later in the class. I'm a woman of my word. 5 out of 10 is your recovery, is your starting intensity. This is what we call VO2 max training, going very hard for a short amount of time. I was reading an article this morning, Instagram Reels, about how 1 session of VO2 max training per week can make you feel as good in your 70s as your 40s. So let's do it. 3, 2, 10 out of 10 effort. That's the highest gear. You can hold at 70 RPM. Here we go, nice. Hands, top of the bars, hips back, 30 seconds only. So you can go high on these gears. 8, 7, Breathing through the mouth, you're gonna have to really push into this. 4, feet are flat, slightly point the toes. 2, 1, and drop that resistance. So you can choose here if you want to take a seat. I'm gonna be really free and easy with what you do here, because with this song, it's all about the effort. We need the recovery to be easy. So if for you that recovery is sitting down, that's absolutely fine. Our aim is to put everything we can into the effort. We have a recovery track after this. I know it's a little bit earlier on in the class than normal, just to mix it up a little bit. But it does mean that you can go very, very hard here, knowing that you have 2 minutes after this where I have to make you recover. All right, 3, 2, hard as you can, 10 out of 10. By the end of this interval, you should have nothing. Check in with the RPM, listen to the beat, look at your screen. Are you at that 70? Now, I need you to breathe through the mouth. You might want to get a little bit lower down to the bars to keep that core super tight. Slam the legs down, holes through the floor. You've got 10 seconds, keep it moving. 8, hips back. 6, chin up, eyes up, chest open, get the air in. 3, 2, and take a seat. Fantastic. Deep inhale. Drop your resistance down, 5 out of 10. 88 the cadence. These 2 minutes are very, very important to the class. In order to do what I have programmed after this, you need this recovery. So, get the air down. Little sips of water, not too much. And we're going to start to prepare for our next 10 out of 10 efforts. I hope you've had a lovely week. It's Halloween, or it was just Halloween. This class is recorded just before Halloween. Last year, when our baby was very small, we bought this amazing pumpkin outfit. And we dressed her up and we were like, oh, look how cute she is. So we took her out, walking around our local area. And as soon as we got to the end of the road, this boy went, look, Mum, that baby's dressed as a carrot. So we will not be dressing her as a carrot this year. It's also Bonfire Night. Now, I don't think you have this anywhere else. Well, you wouldn't have this anywhere else than in the UK. And when I try and explain this to any of my friends that live abroad, it sounds so bonkers. There was a guy who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament 400 years ago, and every November we light fireworks. It's also a very dangerous time of year as people try to put Catherine wheels on their trees. So I hope it all goes well. I will let you know if we are still intact and what we dress the baby up as next week. Shoulders back, chin up, eyes up. We're in the saddle, 81 RPM. We are coming straight back out to do the same thing, but sitting down. 5 versus 10 out of 10. The gears will be lower, the intensities will be the same. Here we go. 40 seconds this time on your intervals. 5 out of 10, very easy. Now to get to 10 out of 10 at 81 RPM, like I said, your gear, your resistance won't be as high as it was when we did this out the saddle, but it is only 40 seconds. Remember, the things that affect intensity, RPM, resistance, and duration. Short duration at this RPM will mean a high gear. Get ready. Take it away. 40 seconds. 81. Now, this is slightly lower cadence than we do seated power at a lot of the time. So you'll find you can probably do a little bit more resistance. The temptation here is to move the legs at a higher cadence. I see it all the time. Control it. 81. It's lower than you think. Pull the legs up. Have you got a bit more resistance? This is 10 out of 10. Remember, 10 out of 10, you could not go any harder. We are nearly there, and drop back down. 5 out of 10. If you need to stand up, that's absolutely fine. Whatever you need to do, just like we did before, to prepare for this next interval. So I'm looking for exactly the same thing. This time I'm going to give you a little bit of what output to aim for. If you are an advanced rider, looking for the late 200s, you might break the 3s. Some super advanced might get higher than that. If you're an intermediate, I want you to try and get into the 200s, maybe mid 200s. Beginners, whatever you can do. Just try and maintain that watt output. So, second interval, 40 seconds, 10 out of 10, trying to give me those watt outputs and then maintain and hold those watt outputs. Ready? Take it away. No higher than 81. If your legs can move higher, add on more resistance. Pulling those pedals up, shut your eyes if it helps. Excellent. When we get towards the very end of the interval, if you're dropping power, I will let you get to 85. For now, it's all about control. You've got 23 seconds. This is really tough on the legs and the lungs. This cadence is tricky in the saddle. Add on a little bit of resistance now if you're losing the power for your last 5. Breathe. 3, 2, and time. Well done. We're gonna ride it out. Again, you can take a little bit of time here. We finished that interval at 10 out of 10. When you're ready, we're out the saddle. We're gonna tap it back. 75 is the cadence. Leading leg is here. Tough move, so option to leave out the rhythm and just ride on the beat. Find the leading leg. We go on 1, 1, 1. Now a tap back, your bum hits the saddle for 1 count on the leading leg. It's not a massive movement, it's just a little tap. It looks like tap. And you'll notice my hands, the top of the bars, I give the bars a little tiny pull and bring the elbows into the ribs. We go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, chin up. What we're doing here is we are activating, firing up your glutes and your hamstrings. Why are we doing that? Because we have a seated climb coming up after this. And those are the muscles that we really want to use in a climb in the saddle, because it's about that pull power. So as you go back, I want you to notice the back of the legs and the glutes. You'll just notice that you're feeling those muscles a little bit more. Simple as that. 4 more here, then we get a little rest. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it here. Excellent. When I talk about pull power as well, if you're not wearing cleats, shoes that clip into your pedals, you want to make sure that the cages are really, really tight on your bike, because when your feet are in the pedal cages, they can slip around. If you can get hold of a pair of cleats, if you're doing these classes regularly, I would really advise it. Makes your riding 100% easier, and you'll really feel the difference. 1 more set. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Chin up. Little tap, like you're pressing a buzzer on the saddle. Core nice and tight. Make sure the elbows are in, not coming out. Coming into your last 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and take a seat. Okay, so this climb we have ahead of us, tricky because it's a high cadence. So I don't want you to feel disappointed if you don't hit a high resistance, because you won't, because it's 90 RPM and that's high. Short and intense. 7 out of 10 is where we start. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to get to 10 out of 10. Listen to that beat. Give me 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an attack. I want you to really go for it here. High seated cadence. 7 out of 10, the intensity. Moving through these intensities fairly fast. 2-minute countdown starts here, getting ready for your 8 out of 10 effort. Hands wide, shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, resistance up. 8 out of 10. Be really mindful now to keep the chest up. At this point in the class, you're tired, you're in the saddle. It's easy to start folding in half, but when you ride like that, your chest becomes crushed and you don't notice, but it gets harder to get the air in. So just keep looking forward, relax your jaw. 1 minute, 25 seconds. We only hit these high intensities in the last minute, but 8 out of 10 at this cadence, still hard. Back in this threshold zone. Lactic acid building up. Now this is going to be the hardest thing in this song, is getting to grips and being able to cope with the lactic acid buildup. 3, 2, 1, take it away. 9 out of 10, let's go. This is mind over matter now. I know that's a bit of a cliche thing to say, but when you're on the bike and you're really feeling the lactic acid in the legs, it's so easy to nudge that resistance down, but you've only got 40 seconds, so try if you can to stay with me on this. Really, really training the legs here. Get ready. Give me that 10 out of 10 effort. Last 25 seconds. Pull the legs up, push them down. Breathe through the mouth. You've got recovery after this. You know there's always recovery coming after a power track. Slam it down. Check them with your RPM. Are you at 90? Let's go. 10 seconds. 8. Push the bars back. Don't fall forward on the saddle. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. I think I need to play that song when I get out of bed in the morning. I'm not ready for anything. Okay, short rhythm track. Longer section post-recovery track in this class today. Mentally a little bit more challenging when you've become used to those first 8 classes where we only have 3 songs after recovery, but mentally working, physically working, all really important to increase our ability and our aptitude on the bike overall. 75 the cadence, here we go. 6.5, I love the song, is your intensity that will come from the movement. So you want that 6 out of 10 effort through the resistance. Putting 2 moves together, have a little look. We take it back, 2, 3, 4, and ride. Take it up, and ride, and again, take it back, and ride. Take it up, and ride, and back, hold it here, 4, 5, 6, 7, and ride. 5, 6, 7, take it up. 5, 6, 7, and ride. 5, 6, 7, take it back. And again. Keep focusing on the moves. Try not to think what you're going to have for your tea, otherwise you'll get distracted. 5, 6, 7, take it back. Can't believe I just said tea. Producer Chris is from the north, and it's rubbing off on me. We say dinner down south. In the north, they say tea. Right? 5, it's your evening meal. Up. 5, 6, 7, and right. Give me 4, 3, 2, 4 moves. Back, 2, 3, 4, and right. And up, and right. And back, and right. And up, and right. And again, take it back. Right. Up, one more time. I know it's been a lot of movement in this track. Back, and right. Take it up, and right. Take a seat. sip of water. All right, gang. I want you to give those shoulders a big roll out. I want you to get any tension out your traps, because we are going into our final song. Remember when I said at the start of the class that your lowest cadence I'd saved for last? Here we go. This is your highest gear that you probably will have hit today. 30-second intervals at 67 RPM. 6 out of 10 effort goes to 10 out of 10. So this is the highest resistance level. You can hold it 10 out of 10 for 30 seconds. Now the 67 is the lowest RPM we have ridden at, which means we should be able to hit the highest amount of resistance. I want you to really think about, we've talked about this lots of times before, not underestimating yourself. 3, 2, 1, take it away. This is heavy, this is a low RPM, it's a short interval. All of those things mean you can hit a high resistance. You see how it all comes together now? You're already halfway there. Halfway, 7, use that body weight. Don't worry about trying to increase that cadence, increase the gear. Excellent, 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. You have a nice recovery. Almost a minute to recover before we do it again. So, today's class, if we looked at the average cadence across the whole class, it would be into the late 70s. A couple of weeks ago, we worked very low cadences. Today's class has been much more aerobic focused. So this is our real, you'll probably feel, goodness, this feels a lot lower than what has come before. And that's exactly right. So to find those intensities, don't be shy of the resistance. All right, Melissa, we know what you mean. We got it. Good, excellent work. So let's do it. This is it, team. Last 30 seconds of the class. We've worked so hard today. Let's go. Up. Really drive it down. Keep those hips back. If you add on too much, you just take a little bit off. Simple as that. If you know you've got a little bit more, just try it. Just try it. Let's go. 8. Excellent. Pull, 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 pull up. So nearly there. You've got your last 4. 3, 2, 1, and take a seat. Yes. Drop that resistance down. Keep the legs moving for a second. Sit up in the saddle. Knees are facing forward. Take some deep breaths in. Well done. Well done. Fantastic work. Each of these classes is always going to feel different. Each of these classes is always programmed very differently, and although we have, our power and rhythm at its core, you might get off the bike one day and think, that was really, really hard. And it might just be because it was all at a higher cadence and you prefer kind of low, or that's what you've used to be doing. Or you might find a low cadence class really, really hard. So all of this programming and every single class is designed to work all the different RPMs, all the different zones we have in cycling. And after doing all of these classes, what you'll find is that you become brilliant at all of it. But as people, we always prefer certain ways of riding. That's how our bodies are programmed. We talked before about, some of us are the Usain Bolts, the sprinters, some of us are the Mo Farahs, and we always have a preference for everything, and it's doing the stuff that you don't like. I'm guilty of it too. I'm like, do I want to sit for half an hour in aerobic zone? But it's doing the stuff you don't like that ultimately makes you fitter overall. What I'm saying is, well done. Thank you so much for riding every week with me. It's just brilliant seeing the channel build and hearing from you guys. So thank you so much. Please keep commenting, keep telling me how you found the classes. There's a stretch track coming up that you can do. You can subscribe here. New class every Monday. We will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.